got there?
The new T-Roc. You'll just want one. Volkswagen.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending upon whereabouts in the world you are joining us from. My name is Ed Morrison, and I'm your host. Welcome to the Bay Games 2020 Unstoppable Edition. Well, it's a pleasure to have you with us, whether you are joining us for the first time or coming back to us after a few events being released today. It is an absolute pleasure to welcome you to this broadcast. Well, the individuals are done for the most part. There'll be some people around the world still completing workouts potentially. And tomorrow we move into the team competition. Congratulations to all those who competed, proving that in fact we are unstoppable. And the mastermind behind this event and the mastermind behind the concept of being unstoppable was, of course, the director of the Bay Games, and that is Matt Locke. And I welcome him now. Matt, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank Ed. We've had an amazing day. I'm sitting here with Alethea Boone, who everyone knows, of course.
Hi, everyone.
And yeah, we had an amazing day. We're feeling great and yeah, super excited about what tomorrow looks like.
Absolutely. Now, we ran through the format yesterday or on Friday evening for the individuals. Let's do the same today, this evening for the teams tomorrow. Can you talk to us about how the day will flow? We've talked off air that this is obviously very similar, but it's just a team version. But please explain to the viewers sort of what they're going to be, how they're going to go through tomorrow's events.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've tried to retain the spirit and format of the in-person Bay Games. Obviously, with COVID-19, we've not been able to run the in-person event this year, but we tried to stay true to the spirit of the event. And that means that, like today with the individuals, tomorrow we'll have teams of 4 working their way through the day. We have 5 workouts. And we'll be basically creating windows for each of those workouts to be completed. So workout 1, for example, will be between 700 and 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then 10 till 12 for the next event, 12 till 2, and 2 till 4. And of course, we're going to go live just before each of those times. So 10 to 7 tomorrow morning, for example, we're going to go live and we're going to have Alethea Boone there, and we are going to talk about the movement standards, introduce the workout again, I guess, talk about the movement standards and demonstrate both the workout flow and the movement standards. So wherever we can, we're trying to recreate that same feel of as if the athletes were here competing in Jervis Bay.
And I think you did a magnificent job of that throughout today. Can I ask, both of you were on the move today a lot at different locations. It must have, in particular for you, Matt, but Alethea, I know you were there last year as well. Did it sort of bring up lots of memories of last year and having a full crowd there and as such potentially make you even more motivated for next year?
Absolutely. When we went to the park and being outside and not actually seeing the stadium set up like usual, you know, we got a little bit nostalgic about it all. But the fact that this is still going on, everyone's able to still do it from their own gyms, their own homes, you know, it makes it really play into the feel of the Bay Games and just keeping things going regardless. But you know what? I cannot wait to see everyone back here in Jervis Bay throwing down together.
Yeah, I must say, I actually found it pretty inspiring to see you guys at the various locations. Just thinking and imagining myself there in a few months' time for a crowd and a bunch of athletes getting ready to leap into the event. So I can't wait as well. Now, let's talk about what these athletes are in fact competing for this weekend. And there's a number of amazing prizes, one of which is a new addition for this year and will be present in moving forward in all of the Bay Games and Grand Slam competitions, as I understand it. And that is the black and gold podium finisher T-shirts. Matt, can you talk to us about them just a little bit as we see them on screen now?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, firstly, they look amazing. They're designed by Unbroken, Nathan and the team at Unbroken. So kudos to those guys. They're beautiful looking garments. And at the end of the day, they signify and represent something pretty special. You have to earn them. Money cannot buy them. Literally, they won't even be made available to the Bay Games team. Sorry, Alethea. Although you could probably earn one. But no, at the end of the day, that's the point. They are literally only available to podium finishers. So that if in the future you see someone wearing one of them, you can give them that knowing wink and smile, and you know what they've done to earn that beautiful looking piece of kit.
Absolutely. Now, the black and gold podium T-shirts are one prize that our podium finishers will receive. Another prize that will be received, I believe, by the top 10, if I'm not mistaken. But Matt, please correct me. And also, a few of these have been given away. Is the Timebirds timer? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So all of the podium finishers from each of the divisions, absolutely. Timebirds have been on board for 2 or 3 months now. They're excited to be part of it. I have to say, having spoken to the founders, or 2 of the founders, a number of times, we're really aligned in terms of values and vision, and wanting to support everyday athletes around the world. And they've come up with a really innovative solution. And I think the fact that their Kickstarter project managed to reach just over $1 million in pledges speaks volumes at the end of the day to what they've created and how they've gone about it. So all of the podium finishers will receive a Timebirds timer. So if you're in a team of 4, each member of the team will get their own Timebird timer, and excited to announce that they'll be the first in the world to get those. So the first batch that come off the production line during December. At the end of the day, the Bay Games podium finishers will be amongst the first to receive those Timebirds timers. So pretty exciting.
Absolutely, and then of course our good friends who have supported us through much of this year, particularly with the Grand Slam, and that's of course Cosmorex Coffee, some of the most delicious coffee that you could possibly taste, and liquid weaponry, as you refer to it often. Matt, did you come up with that term, liquid weaponry, or was that theirs?
I may have played a hand in it, but it was definitely a conversation with Jamie, Jess and I. Jamie and Jess, who are the owners of Cosmorex Coffee, they're just great people. They've got a great business. They're based in Canberra, and they just love everything the Bay Game stands for. And for sure, they had planned to be a very big part of the in-person event this year. And I spoke to Jamie just in the last week, and yeah, they're absolutely looking forward to being a big part of the in-person event next year.
Absolutely. Now, so black and gold podium T-shirts, Timebirds timers, and Cosmorex coffee. It's a very nice swag for those people that earn the right to finish up near the top of the leaderboard. Now, Matt, we've got a number of other things happening tomorrow, as well as the various team events, and we've already given away a few, but I understand we'll continue to be looking to pass off more and more Hydra guns. And you guys got so keen today that you actually managed to use all of the 6-hour battery life of the Hydra gun that you were playing with, as I understand it. Is that right?
That's literally the case. It's been heavily used today. Everyone loves it, I have to say. The general reaction, actually, when you open the cases, and yeah, it's sort of, oh, you kind of want to touch and get hold of it, and you turn it on, and yeah, next thing you know, you're sort of rattling your legs and your arms and playing the silly game with making your voice sound funny. Alethea, just, it's what it is. But no, it's a really great bit of kit. And what was interesting, when we did the last broadcast, Peter Day, who was with us, was literally sitting there, Hydra gunning his left leg, and we were on air at the time. And unfortunately, it did go flat just at the wrong moment. But as I say, it's been hammered all day. But he was literally so quiet that he was sitting there while we were broadcasting, giving his legs a bit of love after a tough day of competition. But that's how quiet they are, and that's certainly one of the differentiators. Is you can sit in front of the telly, have a conversation, whilst I think they refer to it as having a baby elephant walk all over you. But I tell you what we'll do. Why don't we have a look at the Hydra gun? And I think you'll agree they're a good-looking bit of kit.
All right, so folks, naturally, as part of the competition, what is required from people is to make sure that they adhere to the standards and the rules of the competition. And as much as this competition is about everyday athletes enjoying themselves, it's a proper competition and we want to make sure that it's upheld as such. And because of this, there's an extremely large and hardworking team of judges behind the scene. And what they're doing is making sure that those that are submitting scores that are at the top end of the table are in fact being checked and adhering to movement standards. And we're going to speak a little bit right now to Alethea just to get an understanding of what the judging format of the weekend is. Alethea, could you talk a little bit to us about how that goes down?
Absolutely. So, with judging of the movements, we go through movement standards and movement flow for the workouts. They are also provided on the score sheets. You also have what's here is the movement description, the description of the workout, how it's supposed to go down. The judges are going according to what's on this sheet. If the movement says that your arms need to touch your chest, your arms need to touch your chest. So they are validating those movements throughout the entire weekend. They are tirelessly looking through them and they're enjoying seeing everyone cheering everyone on. But again, it is a competition. They're maintaining the integrity of the competition and ensuring you guys are having a fair competition by making sure everything is up to par with standards. On these standard forms, there is also how to submit your video and also how to film your video. Yes, we may all get a little bit tricky with the filming of it all, but it does help us on this end review your videos and give you the score that you deserve.
Absolutely. And Alethea, just so we're clear, in terms of video submissions, so we really want athletes to video their workouts. If it's a top 10 score, you will be required to submit a video. And even if you're not too sure if it'll be a top 10 score, adding the video component can certainly add a little bit more seriousness to the competition. Do we have any handy hints, Alethea, on how to use the WeTime app or what the best sort of setup is? What should athletes be considering before they begin filming their workout?
Absolutely. There are some handy hints for the WeTime app, and Matt will be able to provide that for you right now.
Absolutely. And look, these aren't unique to the WeTime app. WeTime is our preferred timing partner. They've got some really great features. There's a great team behind it, but some generic advice that we'd like to offer. And look, the screen, the WeTime app will prompt this, but nonetheless, before you start recording, make sure that your battery is charged sufficiently. Make sure that you have enough space on in the memory of your phone. And for sure, once you've got the WeTime timer set up, then put your phone into flight mode so that you don't get a phone call or an SMS or anything else that will interrupt. Because the voting logic on most phones is that if you get a phone call, it's going to boot everything that's third-party software to the side. It's going to take the phone call. And that would be ever such a shame if you're halfway through or even just finished a workout and the phone rang. You'd be pretty dirty with the person phoning you, even though they're completely innocent. But nonetheless, you can make it easy on yourselves by just following those three things. So use flight mode, make sure your battery's charged, and make sure you've got enough memory on your phone.
I don't think I've actually received a phone call since the 1970s, but my phone can do everything else. So if someone happened to call in the middle of a workout, I'd be ever so angry at them interrupting my workout. Now, speaking of phones that do ring, though, Matt, just lastly, before I let you go for the evening, we've set up a hotline for athletes so that they can call and check to make sure that perhaps there's a movement standard they're not clear on, or they're not sure about the logistics of a workout, or anything. I guess you put it really well before. It's like walking up to the head judge at an event and saying, hey, is this allowed, or whatever it might be. How's it gone today, and how should athletes use this particular resource?
Yeah, look, it's gone well today. It's been a really, I think, a well-received, let's say, feature that we've offered, a service that we've offered, and it just felt really authentic that we're trying to recreate the spirit of the games. And as you said, we'd be able to walk up to the head judge and ask the question. Today has been some of that, just verifying, can I scale this? Can I do that? I haven't quite got that equipment, but I've got this. Will that be okay, or should I go for the heavier option? Those kind of things. Look, it's real life. We want everyone to have a good time. We want you to throw down, put it all on the line, have a good time with your mates. And at the end of the day, therefore, we're here to try and make life as easy as possible. So, however, it is a little bit like the residents of Gotham City. They really only use the bat phone when they need to. So I say that only because we've got a comprehensive website. We've got movement standards that Alethea's shown us. The website itself is compact. We've got a resources section on the website. But in saying that, if you have a question, give us a ring. Now, if we're just before or just after a broadcast, and certainly during a broadcast like this, we're probably not going to answer that bat phone because we're kind of busy. But even if you do miss the time and call, and we miss the call, we will call you back. Every single call has been returned today as quickly as we can. So look, everyone's been great today, very patient and understanding that we're juggling a few balls and that we are trying to help at the end of the day, and there's been a really good spirit around it. So that would be the advice. If you really need to give us a ring, don't apologise for that. Give us a ring and ask the question. We're here to help.
Absolutely. What a wonderful service it is. And I'm sure you guys are doing a great job answering all questions. Okay, final one for you. Just so I can live vicariously through you guys at Jervis Bay while I'm in Melbourne, what's the plans for the evening? Because I know, being involved in several events over the years, that after a successful day running the event, I know there's nothing more satisfying than sitting down to a dinner or a drink with the team. So what are the plans for you guys for this evening?
Well, in about 10 minutes from now, and I'm guessing your wrap of this particular broadcast won't take too long. Hey, Ed. In about 10 minutes from now, there's a whole bunch of us going to go over to Pilgrim's Cafe. And yeah, for sure, it's exactly right. The whole team's going to be over there. In fact, we've got the whole restaurant because of COVID. They're on obviously reduced numbers. So we've got the whole restaurant. They're a long-time supporter of the Bay Games as well. And we're just going to kick back. We're going to relax, may have a beer or two, and certainly enjoy some good Mexican food and some good company, and generally relax and get an early night because tomorrow we do it all again.
Well, that sounds like an awful evening. I hope you guys get through it okay. Just let me know if you need any help, and I'll do what I can. Folks, that's all we've got for you today. I've definitely been given the hurry up, so those two can get over to what sounds like a very nice evening planned. Folks, thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed today's broadcast, whether you were joining us for the first time today or you watched all the broadcasts. We will see you bright and early tomorrow for event number 1 of the team competition at 6:50 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. Until then, be brave, have fun, and lead by example, and we'll catch you in the morning.
Morning guys, my name's Jamie.
And I'm Jess.
And today we want to give you a behind the scenes tour of Cosmarax Coffee. Did you know that Cosmarax has been roasting coffee in the ACT since 1985? And today we're still one of Australia's leading specialty coffee roasters. If you want to perform at your peak as an athlete, make sure you try Cosmarax Coffee.